views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready. This is the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas. I am joined with the fabulous Abraham Rodriguez.
Hello.
Yes, and I gotta say, I'm so excited to have you on because first of all, we've known each other for years.
Yes.
And you have just been kicking butt, literally, and taking names.
You.
And you're from Vegas, which I think is such a cool thing. And I think it brings a lot of pride to Vegas and really showing people that awesome people come out of here. So yeah, I am very excited to have you on, and
Thank you so much for
career
having
is just
me.
amazing. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but let's get right into it.
Let's
so
do it.
The Power Rangers.
Yes.
You are officially a Power Ranger. That is
Yes.
amazing. So why don't you tell people, because it's Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
Mhm.
So how did you actually get cast in it? What was your reaction? I can't even imagine what it was like.
Wow. Well, I got the audition from my agent in LA, and I saw that it was Power Rangers, and of course everyone knows what Power Rangers is.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
I was like, oh, Power Rangers, Nickelodeon. I was so stoked, super happy, and I was actually auditioning for the comedic role. So he's not a Power Ranger. And I went in 3 times for the comedic role, and I made it all the way to producers for the comedic. And in the producer session, our amazing executive producer, Chip Lynn, had me cold read the Ranger sides. So quickly, I looked through them super fast. They gave me 5 minutes, and then I did it. And the next day, they put me in a martial arts class. It was the next day at 6 a.m.
Wow.
So I left this producer session. I'm talking with my agent. Everything's happening super fast. And she's like, they're going to put you in this class tomorrow at 6 a.m. Get ready. And I trained with an XMA instructor named Mike Chat. And he was a Blue Ranger previously in one of the previous seasons. So that was really cool. And I trained with him for a month before the test, audition.
Right.
And so then I went to the test, and it was great. I was there for 5 hours, going in and out of the room, back and
Wow.
forth, and then they invited me back the next day. So it was a total of 5 auditions,
Wow.
and it was a month of waiting to find out that I got the role. And I was in LA, and I got a call from my agent, and she said that the producer would be calling me and to tell me that, the official that that I got it.
That's awesome.
So a few hours later, the producer called me, and he's so funny. He's like, congratulations, you're the new Pink Ranger. And I was like, I'm so stunned that I'm talking to the, producer of Power
Right,
Rangers.
of course.
And then he's like, I'm just kidding. You're the new Gold Ranger. And I was like, yeah, stoked to be
goodness.
anything,
Yeah, of course.
So, so then he told me, and then it was a month from that call to move back to Vegas. I had to move out of my apartment, and it was also all a secret because, I couldn't say what show it was or where I was going.
Right.
So all of a sudden, from one day to another, I'm packing and getting ready to move across the world to the country of New Zealand to film for this for 9 months. So it was just a lot at once, and so much was happening. So I had to tell my roommates in California that I booked a feature film and I was going to Atlanta because they couldn't know that it was Power Rangers and I was going to New Zealand.
Right.
And they also knew that I was auditioning for the role. So if I just said I booked something, it would be too obvious that it was that.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I said it was something else and I was going to another place, which is totally not, true.
Right.
But yeah, so then I moved back to Las Vegas, and I had a month with my family to prepare before moving to New Zealand. So yeah, it was
Wow.
quite the process.
That is the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was all worth it.
Yeah.
So New Zealand, was that a huge difference from America, or?
It was, and I feel like you don't really think of New Zealand. No one, it's not the
Right,
first country you
right.
think of that oh, you're
No.
going to go on vacation or something.
Right.
I really didn't even know where it was on the map, and I didn't know how big or small it was, and I didn't really know what to expect before going. So I got there, and you drive on the left side, the steering wheel's on the right. And so yeah, that was like a big change. Everyone has an accent. It's kind of like Australian,
Yeah.
since it's so close. But yeah, it's so different. Everything closes at like 6 p.m. Like
Yeah.
just a whole
Especially
culture
Vegas is,
shock.
like,
Yeah, and I'm so used to
24 hour,
everything
yeah.
being 24
Yeah.
hours. So going there, we'd like go out with my castmates after work, and then everything's just closed, and we're like not used to it.
Right.
But yeah, it's been great.
That's awesome, and that is so cool. So, I'm sure you were just excited when you finally could tell everyone. What
Yeah.
was everyone's reaction? Were they so? I'm sure it was just.
It was
stoked.
just
Yeah.
crazy because usually, I mean, you can share the news with your friends and family, but with
Right.
this one it was so different, and I had to move across the world
Yeah.
secretly. All of my friends and family just knew that I booked something and that I had to move somewhere, but no one knew what it was or where I was going.
Wow.
So that was a huge secret to keep. And then finally, I think it was like a month after we were there and we started filming, it got revealed. So I was able to share with everyone that I was on the show and that my character's name was Nate, but I wasn't allowed to say that I was the Gold Ranger because I don't become the Gold Ranger until the 8th episode.
Gotcha.
So that was still a secret. So it's like, oh, I'm still keeping all of these secrets. And then everyone's like, oh, like, but you're not a ranger. You're not this. You're not that. And I'm like, oh, well, just
Okay,
you
first
wait.
of all, even if you weren't a ranger, that is still amazing
Yeah.
to be part of the
Right,
series.
right.
But then on top of it, you are you're
Yeah,
the Gold Ranger.
and I just couldn't
which
say
is
anything.
Exactly.
So I'm like, just wait until
You're like,
you see
"Just
the
wait,
8th.
I'll get you."
Yeah. But yeah, so it was great to tell everyone, and of course everyone was, just stunned because they know what Power Rangers is, and it's been going on
Yeah.
since 1993, and
Wow.
so many generations have grown up watching it.
Yeah.
So it's just a huge, huge, blessing to be a part of a franchise this big, and it's actually the longest running children's television show.
Wow, really?
So yeah, it's really cool to be a part of something
That's
like
awesome.
that.
No, it's truly just an iconic series, and whether you're a 2-year-old or 102, people can really relate to it.
Yeah.
And your character is so cool too, because it's not
Thank
just
you.
like the typical Power Ranger. You actually
Yeah.
have a very cool storyline
Yeah.
too. Correct? Can you tell people about your storyline?
So Nate Silva is a child prodigy and the lead scientist at Grid Battle Force, and he's actually the one that made the Power Rangers, and he developed this substance called Morphex that the whole series is based around, and the villain Evox is trying to steal the Morphex. So us, the Power Rangers, try to, of course, help the city of Coral Harbor and protect the Morphex. So it's really cool to play a character that, he's always been behind the computer and always in the lab helping the Rangers until, he becomes one himself, and now he's, dealing with being in the battlefield himself and, fighting with the Rangers instead of just helping them.
Right.
But it's also so cool because he gets to do both, and he gets to be
Yeah.
the scientist but also be, a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to play a character that defies those stereotypes, and, when you see Nate, he's not the first person you would pick out to be a ranger.
Gotcha.
And he's not very athletic, and he doesn't go out much. He's always in the lab, and yeah, it's cool to show people that you can do both.
Yeah. Now, was it difficult to kind of get into that character, because that's such a versatile character, and they like you said, they play like the at-home kid that's really just super smart, but then he's also a Power Ranger. So
Yeah.
was it difficult to get into like that mindset, or what was your process with that?
When I first got there and I was creating my character, it was definitely a challenge because he grew up without his parents because they're on missions all the time, helping the world. So he didn't have parents, he doesn't have family, and I come from a huge family.
Right.
So there's very big differences between me and him. So it was a lot of fun creating someone like Nate. And I got so used to playing Nate the science guy from episodes 1 through 7.
Yeah.
And, we were filming those episodes for how long? And then all of a sudden the 8th episode came, and it's like my huge character arc. And now I have to, not think so much as Nate the scientist, but Nate the scientist and the Power Ranger. Yeah. So it was definitely a challenge, and I did have to change a lot within his, what he would do and how he would think and what he would say. So it was definitely a challenge, but it was a lot of fun.
And you did it.
Thank
and
you.
so it was 14 episodes, correct?
44.
Oh my God.
Total, yes.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
did 3 episodes in 9
off.
days.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a lot of work back to back, long days, 14-hour days, 5 days a week.
Wow.
And yeah, we knocked out 2 seasons, 44 episodes.
That's amazing. And are there any more seasons that they're planning, or do you have any, or can you even say anything about that?
Lately, what Power Rangers has been doing is they do like standalone series where
Okay.
they do 2 seasons, about 44 episodes, and then after that they recast and they do a whole new storyline, all new characters, all new colors. So yeah, it's like its
Gotcha.
own little series within the franchise.
That's cool though, and
Yeah.
and like you said, such a true iconic franchise. I mean,
Mhm.
you're a big part of it, and I know it got rave reviews. The whole, I mean,
Yeah.
it really is amazing. It's such a cool thing that you're part of.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's been cool too. The executives from Hasbro went over to visit us in New Zealand while we were filming, and they said when the first 2 episodes aired, we had the highest ratings on Nickelodeon. So that's like a
Wow.
huge deal, and
Yeah.
especially since we were on at 8 a.m., earlier in the day.
Yeah.
So it really helped us really understand how big the hype is for this show,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. No, I even saw, I was doing a lot of research, obviously, when I got you on. I was like, yes, he's going to be on. I was like so excited. I saw there was even leaks about it before.
Yes.
People were like, we think Abraham's going to be the Gold Ranger. It was like
Yeah.
so many different, because people are so obsessed with this show. So I
Yes.
bet that was kind of overwhelming.
Every day we'd go on Instagram and we'd be tagged in new like set pictures and
Wow.
new like leaked photos, and
Wow.
it got to the point where we were filming on location and we would purposely look around to try to find the person that's been leaking like all these set
Wow.
pictures.
Yeah.
And yeah, that it was the first day on location when I was playing now the Gold Ranger. And watching the show, we all wear the colored clothes of the
Right.
character we represent. So I was wearing this gold hoodie, and we were on location, and we wrapped that scene. We go to the studio, so we're back like on a built set, and I go on my phone and I'm on my Instagram requests, and I see that a fan sent me a screenshot of a tweet of a picture that was leaked from earlier that day. And I see this picture, and it's me with the gold hoodie, and they're like, "It's confirmed, Abraham Rodriguez is the Gold Ranger."
That's crazy.
And my heart dropped.
Yeah.
Because it was like this huge secret that was supposed to be this huge reveal.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do, so I like ran to the producer's office, and I was like, "There's this like tweet going around. There's this picture of me from set today." And then they like see it, and they had already were
Right.
on it, and they're always constantly looking for stuff like that. So the producer told me that of course there's nothing we can do about it now
Right.
because it's already out, but it helped me a lot, move on from that when he said that what's a couple thousand fans compared to the millions of viewers that the show has.
Yeah.
So it helped me understand that like, okay, not everyone that watches the show is
Right.
gonna know, it's just
Yeah.
a couple of fans that want the leaks and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I moved on, and it was definitely quite a story.
I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is
There's like
crazy.
YouTube
People
videos,
yeah,
like
people
crazy.
were like so on this set, and like,
Yeah.
did you see the people, like, were there fans like all around and stuff, or like how did they just kind of were there secretly?
That
or?
specific picture was taken from a building that was next to us, from like a really high
Gosh.
floor. I don't even know what floor, but someone in the building took a picture down from the
Wow.
ground. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. But I mean, it's cool that you do, like you said, you have such dedicated fans. It just sucks that it ruins it for some people.
Yeah.
But not like you said, not
Yeah.
mass majority.
And
at
it's
all.
like
Yeah.
if all the time that was going around until the episode came out when I was revealed, everyone was just commenting like, "You're the Gold Ranger, the Gold Ranger, you're the Gold Ranger," and I couldn't like anything, I couldn't confirm or
Right.
deny anything, but it
Right.
was just this thing that was circling around that everyone was actually right about. But
Something-
yeah.
that's really cool. And so also something that I know you are very excited about, and I would be ecstatic as well.
Yes.
You have your own action figure
I
now,
do,
correct?
yes.
So how did you find out you're gonna get one, and then what was your reaction when you saw it?
I found out on social media that they were going to make the Gold Ranger into the Lightning Collection, and I, of course, was like freaking out
Right.
that I was gonna get an action figure with my face on it. but it also wasn't like, fan speculation and
Right.
rumors and stuff. So
Right.
I couldn't like fully accept it and believe it until I saw it myself.
Gotcha.
So I heard that it was happening, and then just recently, I believe it was last weekend, was San Diego Comic-Con, where Hasbro had a Power Rangers booth, and they were going to reveal the new Lightning collection, and then that's where I got revealed along with the Red Ranger from my season.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's really exciting. It's really cool. It's very surreal. Like I feel
Oh,
like I
yeah.
still don't believe it, and I really won't believe it until I physically have like my toy.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's just I don't know. It's something that I guess you like. I never even like thought that would ever happen in my career, you
Right.
know. So just to get an action figure with my face on it is just like out of this world crazy.
Yeah, and so early on in your career, you're only 19, correct?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is
Thank
not a lot of,
you.
trust me, not a lot of kids can say they had their own action figure. So, there wasn't like ever a photo shoot or anything for your face or anything to do the action figure? Or?
Before I went to New Zealand in August, we had a meeting with Hasbro, and that's where they took pictures of us for the
Gotcha.
toys. Yeah.
So you never knew if it was actually going to happen or anything?
Yeah.
Ah.
They don't do it for everyone, but yeah, I guess that's what's I don't know. You like don't
Yeah.
know if they're gonna choose you or
Right.
not, but yeah, it's super exciting. I'm just really, really thankful.
What an amazing thing. And then, so I'm sure, like you said, 9 months in New Zealand, that's such a cool thing. And it sounds like you and the cast got along really well.
Yeah, we
became
really
very
did.
close. Do you have like a favorite on-set story or maybe a funniest moment or something that really stood out to you?
During one of my fights, I like split my pants doing a
no.
kick, and it was like craziness because my stunt double had my second pair from wardrobe, so we had to like run to the tent, and then they had to like sew it, and it was like
Oh
this
my goodness.
big old thing. But yeah, little funny moments like that have happened, and it's such a fun show because it's not just any regular show. Like we're on wires, flying across the air
Yeah.
through like on green screens, and
Yeah.
we get like confetti blasted and like cake thrown and icing and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's super, super fun. And yeah, it's also a challenge because we're working with a lot of different props
Yeah.
and there's a lot of different weapons and there's a lot of VFX involved. So, dealing with that and the continuity and making sure that your hand placement's all right, for it to line up in post is
Wow.
definitely a challenge and so different from other projects that I've worked on that are just like dramas and it's just
Yeah.
acting and this is like the stunts and then the acting and then green screens and all the elements that go into this show. So it was definitely different, but that's what made it so much fun. And it was a
Oh.
challenge, but it was a fun challenge.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm so thankful for this experience.
Heck yeah. No, now I was gonna ask too. Is it a lot of rehearsal and because that's a bit like you said, wire work and
Yeah.
and fight scenes and everything. I'm sure that was just insane the amount of rehearsals and everything
Yeah.
you had to do.
When we first got there, we had a 3-week intensive where every day
Wow.
we were training with the stunt team. And they're amazing. They come from Japan. A lot of them work
Wow.
on the original series in
Oh,
Japan.
cool.
So, yeah, it was so awesome to work with them. And every day we were working together, learning, how to land properly and how to do rolls properly and different fight combinations and, choreography and stuff. And I've never done anything like that before. I've never done stunts. I've never done, martial arts or on-screen fighting. So
Yeah.
being, fully immersed in something like this, it was definitely a challenge, but it was
Yeah.
so much fun. And I'm really proud of myself for being able to
Of
pick it
course,
up
yeah.
like I did from not having any previous experience. And yeah, it was so cool. And we get to like jump over boxes and like fight, 10 different people at the same time. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. The very first day of training, we were learning backwards rolls, and I didn't use my hands properly, and I rolled on the back of my neck.
Oh.
And it just like the whole thing, I just heard it crack from the
Oh my
bottom all the way to the top. And I was so scared to tell him that I got hurt. I was like, no, I'm fine. And then like training is going on. I'm like, oh my God, this like really hurts.
Oh,
Like it
no.
hurts so bad. And it's like the first day, like it's like the second day of being in New Zealand and the first
Of
day
course,
of training.
right.
So I'm like, oh, I don't want to say anything. I was like
Yeah.
so scared. Like it was like a reality show when like someone gets hurt and then like the paramedic comes and then they have to take them to like the hospital and then
Yeah.
like the doctor determines if they can continue the show or
Oh
not.
my gosh.
So I get to the studio and then the medic comes and I have to fill out like this whole incident
Ah.
report and I'm just so like, of course they weren't going to send me home, but like
Right.
I was just so scared that they're going to be like, all right, like you can't do it anymore. Like
Yeah,
you're going
no,
to
I
go home.
understand, yeah.
So it was like a really big, I don't know, like weight, and I was like, no, 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 I'm fine. But they were so amazing, and we took care of it, and it was
That's
just
cool.
a minor sprain, so
Good.
I went on.
Oh, on your neck. That's
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then I just never did rolls again. So
yeah. Leave that to the stunt double.
every day that we'd do like the rolls exercise, they'd just be like, "It's okay, it's fine, you don't have to."
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, right when you first start filming.
Yeah,
and
like
you're
of
oh
course
my
that would
gosh.
happen the very
Yeah.
first day,
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out in the end, and that was
Definitely.
great. And did you grow up watching the Power Rangers, or were you not really, or did this throw you into it more, or were you always a fan? Or?
Growing up, I knew what the Power Rangers was,
Right.
but my two older brothers were the real fans, and they were the
Ah.
ones that were constantly watching it. So I watched it because of them. And then since the audition process, I really started to watch a lot of seasons to
Yeah.
study it. And yeah, I actually learned that I really like the show, and I really like RPM is my favorite season, and we get compared to that season a lot. So it was
Yeah.
really cool to go back and see the similarities between our seasons, even though that one was 10 years ago. So
Oh.
yeah, it's really cool how they all connect, and each season is so different, but yet so similar. It's cool.
Were your older brothers jealous of you? I'm sure. Like
They really couldn't believe it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of family just
especially
couldn't
the little
believe it.
brother, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool because even people that haven't watched the show, they still know what it is because of how like big of a show it is and how iconic the
Yeah.
franchise is. So it's really cool to be a part of something that's so known across the world.
Yeah, and like you said, truly every single person, even if they're not a giant fan of the Power Rangers, everyone knows what the Power Rangers
Yeah.
is. It's a total universal thing, and
Yeah.
now you're part of it, and that is
Yeah.
such a really amazing thing that you should be so proud of.
Thank you.
And so Nickelodeon's where it premiered on?
Yes.
Was that
Nickelodeon.
really cool too?
It
'Cause-
was. That's such a childhood
Yeah.
dream. Disney, Nickelodeon, like
Yeah.
that's where you want to be. So, yeah, getting my first series regular on Nickelodeon is definitely a huge dream come true.
Yeah. And so now, so like you said, so you're from Vegas,
Mhm.
correct? But now you're back and forth between LA and Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay. And so are you planning on making the transition to LA, or?
Yeah, I actually moved while I was auditioning for Power Rangers. I was living in LA,
Okay.
and I was living there for about 5 months when I got the job. So then, of course, I moved back to Vegas to be with my family. And now being back from filming, I am going back and forth now, but I'm ready to go back because the drives are a lot.
I can't even imagine.
A lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to be back there and be with my cast again. And we really got so close while we were filming. I'm so excited to see them again and continue that bond that we started in New Zealand.
Yeah. And are they all in LA then?
Some of them are. Some of
Okay.
them are still in their hometowns, also waiting to do the move.
Right.
But yeah, it's been great. It's a little crazy when you think about it. Like it's
Yeah.
like a reality show, when you take
Right.
these total strangers from different parts of the country and
Yeah.
just put them together, and they live together and work together, and it was crazy. It was fun. There were so many adventures and memories made. It was a really, really cool experience.
Yeah. And okay. So now I know a lot of them probably understand and everything because they're the actors, but were some of your friends and family like mad that you lied to them about the project you were on, or how were they when they found out for real? Were they like
They were really happy.
Okay, so they were supportive.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they understood.
Right.
They understood why I
That's
did
good.
that, and my reason behind it, and it is a really big deal, and
Yeah.
you have to make sure that you can trust whoever you tell,
course.
because that can even affect if you continue to do the job or not. So
Yeah.
it's a really big deal to keep that type of stuff a secret, and my family knows very well that when it's something like this, we have to keep it low key. And I could have counted the people with my hands, how many people knew the truth compared to everyone else. But
Right.
yeah, my family's very understanding, and they're so supportive, and they know the seriousness of it.
And it is, and I think that's really cool. But there's sometimes people might be like, "Why
Yeah.
did you lie to me?"
There were a
So,
few people that
yeah.
were like, I knew it was
Yeah.
that. But yeah, other than that, everyone was super cool
So
and
it worked out.
supportive. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, and so did you go to the San Diego Comic-Con? Were you able to go there, or did you just hear about the action figure there, or were you actually there?
We didn't get to go this
Okay.
year, but yeah, I did see a lot about it on social media, and I saw a lot of like different press pictures and stuff and fan pictures at the convention. So yeah, it was really cool to see how it all went down, and my toys there. So yeah, it's cool.
And I'm sure now, especially since it came out, have a lot of fans been recognizing you, or is it like difficult kind of? Are you always running into them, or how's with your fans' reactions now with everything?
On social media, it is really crazy. Not
Yeah.
crazy, it's a lot.
No,
Like,
yeah.
it's a lot of, like, being tagged in pictures and stuff and comments and, people posting about it and about the show and different things like that. But it's so amazing to see how big the support is and how, the fan base is so fully emerged into it, and they, want to talk to you, and they post things about you, and they're so into it. Even right now that we're in the mid-season, like, hiatus, and it comes back, I believe, next month. So even while the show's not airing any new episodes, they're so excited and so ready and just so supportive through it all. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure your fan base just grew
Yeah.
drastically immediately. Yeah, especially when they saw you're the Gold Power Ranger.
Yeah.
That's such a cool thing. And what an iconic role.
Thank you.
To be part of such a great series. I mean, that's just life changing. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been awesome. It's still, I kind of don't believe it some days.
Right.
It's something that you work so hard for so long, and then for it to just happen from one day to another, it's a lot, but a good a lot. So yeah, it's been great.
Now, are you working on anything else currently, or are you taking a break for a while? Because I'm sure that was a lot at once.
Yeah, I came back and I was like, I'm going to take a month off just to regroup, recharge, before starting to audition again and going back to LA. But as soon as I got back, I just found myself continuing, back and forth, LA to Vegas for auditions and stuff. But yeah, I'm happy to move back and just be, steady in one place and just focus on auditions again and, wait to see what's next.
Yeah, and so, what's like your ultimate goal with your career? You've already achieved so much at
Thank
19,
you.
so I'm sure there's just a bazillion more in your future. I can't even imagine what you have ahead in your future. But what's your ultimate goal with your career? Like, where do you see yourself?
I would love to be a series lead in a Hispanic family drama.
Oh, okay.
I would love to do a drama and it touch on, different topics that we're currently going through, with the Hispanic, culture.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I think it would be so great to be a part of something that, really, gives a message and really touches on real things that we're currently going through. So yeah, to be a part of something like that would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be great. And you already, I was going to say, too, you've done a lot of commercials and stuff as well, Spanish commercials in, like, the Hispanic community and everything. So that's a really big part of your life. And
Yeah. Thank God I speak Spanish because that's been, like, half of my jobs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's great. And I love, speaking Spanish and roles and stuff. And, yeah, I really want to do both. I really want to be able to speak Spanish and English in one job.
Yeah.
So that'd be, great.
That'd be, I can see it for sure. And like I said, I've known you for years, and you are an amazing actor. You have
Thank
been
you.
since I first, and you're really little.
Yeah.
But you've done a lot of dramas. You've done everything, and you're a really amazing actor, and that's a
Thank
really
you.
big reason why obviously you get cast in all these. So you should be proud of that too.
Thank you.
And you work very hard too, and I think that
Thank
really
you.
shows. Because unfortunately, I think. Especially for some reason this generation, I think it's just so much social media and everything. It's kind of difficult, and a lot of people don't really work that hard towards their dreams, but you really do, and you're constantly
you.
working, and it's paying off because your
Thank
career
you.
has just been amazing, out of this world.
I'm just so big on, following your dreams and, really working towards whatever you want to do and just doing whatever makes you happy, not, caring what other people have to say or think about your choices. And as long as it makes you happy, that's all that matters. And I'm also really big on, if you want to take the creative route, do that. You don't have to go to college. You don't, have to, do the normal, career road. I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm really big on, doing whatever you want to do and not going to college if that's what your parents want and not what you want. But, taking a risk and following your dreams and looking back at life knowing that, you tried everything that you wanted to and, you did everything you could to make those dreams a reality. And if you really do work hard and you're doing what you love, nothing's going to stop you. And eventually you will get there. Yeah. So, yeah.
And so you're a really big role model now, especially a lot of Power Ranger fans are kids, obviously, Nickelodeon and stuff. do you have to be really cautious about everything you post, or are you trying to be like a good role model for that?
Yeah.
Is that a lot of pressure on you, or?
At the beginning, it was because I think it happened with our entire cast. We would
Yeah.
post something, and immediately it would get reposted to so many sites and
Yeah.
pages. So we all had to be very cautious and careful with everything that we posted, making sure that nothing like was revealed in the photo or
Right.
like costumes and stuff on set and
Yeah.
things like that, and our captions and everything were good and cleared and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a little scary at first,
Yeah.
to I don't know, you put something out there and then it's out there and then there's already fans like, screenshotting it and reposting it and stuff. So it definitely makes you really think and make sure of everything that you do. But I am also really grateful for that, and I'm happy that I get to be, someone that, kids and people of all ages can look up to, and
Yeah.
that I can be a role model towards. So yeah, it's something that I'm really, really grateful for, and something that I wanted in my career. So I'm happy to have this platform now to be able to speak on all of the topics and things that I really care about.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
No, and like you're a really good person too. I mean,
Thank
you've
you.
have been forever, and you are, and you haven't changed at all. You're really sweet and down to earth, and
Thank you.
I think that's important. And a lot of anyone in this whole world is a lot of negativity, but you're just a positive light, and I think a lot of people can really relate to you and
Thank
look up
you.
to you, and I think that's an important thing.
Yeah.
And you're a good role model for them.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm so excited to see all the things you have coming, and
Thank you.
I want to ask you just a couple questions because you do have so many fans now and stuff, just so they can get to know you a little better.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
that's cool.
All
That's
right.
awesome.
All right. So the first one is, if you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Wow. I love that. Can I have a whole like dinner party?
You know what? Go ahead. You sure can.
Lorde is my favorite artist.
Really? Okay.
And I was super stoked to go to New Zealand because that's where she's from.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that was
yeah.
super cool to be like in her homeland. Um, I would love to have dinner with Eugenio Derbez
Okay.
and Sofia Vergara from Modern Family. I think she's hilarious.
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy is my favorite comedian.
Mhm.
Jaime Camil is a big Hispanic actor that I look up to. Kate del Castillo is another big Hispanic actor that I love. And yeah,
I think that's a pretty,
that's a
yeah,
fun
that's a
party,
pretty-
I'd say.
I think so. No, that's great. And okay, so kind of with the Power Rangers theme, if you could be your own superhero, what would your power be, and what would your name be?
Oh, my name would be AB Baby. I know that for sure. My superhero would be, I don't know. I love like being invisible because you can be like
Okay.
anywhere without anyone knowing,
That's
but
true.
also like flying because you're flying. I
Right.
mean. So yeah, maybe those two.
Maybe an invisible flyer.
Yes, exactly. So I can fly and be invisible at the same
There
time.
you go. There you go. And what's your favorite pizza topping?
Oh, I love basil. So simple, but
Basil?
I
Okay.
love basil.
Okay, so pretty basic, but adds a little
Yeah,
fancy.
yeah.
What is your favorite snack?
My favorite snack, hot Cheetos for sure.
Hot
I
Cheetos,
love hot
okay.
Cheetos with some fresh lime. Super Hispanic snack, but
Yeah.
I love it.
That's great. Now, do you prefer dogs or cats?
Dogs,
Dogs,
100%.
Me too. Cats can be a little evil. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I have cat, but
No
they
one
can be a
ever
little
walks
evil.
your cat.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, and can you sing? Do you like to sing at all, or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just acting, 100% all
No, I
in.
understand. Yeah.
I'll
No.
sing with my friends, when we're
Yeah.
dancing and stuff in the car. But yeah, I'd love like to do a musical.
Mhm.
So maybe that's something I'll work
Yeah,
towards.
that'd be cool.
But yeah,
And then, if you could redo any film with you as the lead, what movie would you redo, and who would your co-star be?
wow. These questions are amazing. if I could redo anything, it'd be High School Musical.
Oh, heck
I
yeah.
love High
Heck
School
yeah.
Musical. I just went to Salt Lake City to visit my castmate Colby.
Oh, did you get
And
to go there?
I went to East High,
I
and
am
we actually
so
got to
jealous.
sneak in
I am
because
so
I mean
jealous.
it's summer right now,
Right,
so there's no
right.
school in session. But a lady was walking out because the doors were locked, and we caught the door and we like snuck into the
Oh
school,
my gosh.
and we walked around the whole school and saw like the cafeteria and stuff, and it was so cool to walk around and you see every part of the school and you can like see exactly what scene was filmed where. So it was super cool, and I mean I love High School Musical, so that was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd redo High School Musical, and I'd have I don't know who I'd have as my co-star. I'd have to have Vanessa Hudgens,
Yeah.
She's
I mean, the
the
classic
one and
name.
only.
That's right. The only Gabriella there is.
Right.
That's great. No, and I'll sneak in there too. I'll just go into the back. No, that'd be really cool. They're doing the TV show now.
I
High
did
School
see
Musical.
that, yeah.
Maybe you could be part of that.
That's right.
There
Let's
you go.
see.
Cover Nickelodeon, cover Disney, you got it all. And then this one's more of a complicated question, so a lot of people can't answer it, but what is the best no you've ever been given?
Wow. The best no. Honestly, I think every no I've gotten for every audition that I've been to, because
Yeah.
it's, made me who I am today and the actor that I am
Yeah.
today, and, I've been given the opportunities that I have. And I don't know, I think about that a lot, and I think if I was cast in different things, maybe I wouldn't have ever auditioned for Power Rangers, or,
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason, and
Absolutely.
it's all, working how it should. So, yeah, I think that's a really big thing, because as actors, we get told no all the time. We
Yes.
get more no's than we do yes.
Yes,
So,
that's very true.
yeah, I'm thankful for every no that I've gotten, because it's brought me to where I am today.
That is a great answer.
Thank you.
And then, what is something that nobody knows about you?
Oh. Wow.
It's a difficult one.
I can whistle.
Okay.
Should I do it?
Do it.
Ready? Wait. I can do like a song, okay?
All right.
My lips are not
That's
working
not-
today, but that was pretty close to what I can
I
usually
think that's
do.
great. No,
Thank you.
See, I can't whistle to save my life, so I am very impressed. Believe
Thank you.
me, I'm so jealous of people that can whistle. I think it's impossible for me, so I'm jealous.
I can't roll my R's, and I'm Hispanic and speak Spanish, so
That's gotta be difficult. Then.
yeah.
But that's very cool. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
answering all of those.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for being back on. And so where can people follow you and keep up to date with you? Because you're always, like I said, doing a million things, and I can't even imagine what's in your future. So where can people keep up to date with everything?
You can follow me on Instagram at abraham.rod, abraham.rod, and on Twitter at _AbrahamRod. I just made my Twitter. I hope that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I'm sure you'll put it on the screen or something.
Yeah, we'll find it. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll put it on it.
yeah. Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Very cool. And then that's where everyone can follow you and keep
Yeah.
up to date with everything. Cool. Well, thank you so much for being
Thank
back
you
on.
for
I really
having me.
appreciate it. It was so good having you. And
Thank you.
really, congratulations. It's everything. It's very well deserved.
Thank you. I had a great time, and I'm so happy to be here
Oh.
and come back again in the future.
Yeah, oh, please.
You know I'll be
please.
back.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And
Thank
I
you.
really wish you all the best, because I know you got a really bright future ahead of
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. And thank you guys so much for watching. And please follow him. Keep up to date with everything. Watch the show, because it's an amazing show. And it's such an iconic series. I mean, that is just an amazing thing. So please keep and support the good people out there. So thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, never give up. Always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you, and God bless.